right, let's get it. Let's get it. Now the Qs is crazy. Qs. We'll look at everything. We'll look at everything. Let's run the likes up. I can't see how many people we got in here, but shoot, let's just get it. Maybe this thing broke. Time for some. All right, bro. Come on, Zeke. You should know better by now, bro. This is the United States of America we're talking about here. How you gonna try to short? How you gonna try, man? How you gonna try to get into some puts on the day of America? It's crazy. It's crazy. None of my stuff is popping up like the metrics. I wonder if this thing is messed up or something. Oh, there it goes. Okay. No student loans for me. I just need 10 points. Okay, so you guys know how these live streams go. We're gonna be live for maybe like 40 minutes, hopefully. We're going to try to find a watch list for the rest of the week and for next week as well. And, try to find some day trades as well. There's a lot going on inside of the market. I hope you guys are ready, man. I just hope you guys are ready because we're going to go up. We're going to go up. You guys know the slogan, man. You guys know the slogan. It don't matter what the market is. It don't matter what news you hear. It doesn't really matter what you hear. The market is going to continue to push upwards, and I've been telling you this all year. All you had to be doing is tuning into the live streams, picking a stock that you like, and either buying some equity or getting some long-term calls. But you guys know how these go. Let's look at the Qs first, and then we'll move on to some stocks I want to look at. Some potential stocks that could be going crazy in the next few months. Okay, so right now you see we're sitting at this fear and greed. We're at extreme greed, and I'm telling you right now, this doesn't really matter that much. Okay, I still think in July we got to see if it really matters. But as you guys remember, like in 2021, we stayed in greed and extreme greed. It was just teetering around here. So I don't want to pay too much attention to this. I don't even want to pay too much attention to the put and call options. This was going crazy for us back in January through June. But the market is just so hot right now to where it just doesn't matter. We're going to continue to go to all-time highs. That's what you do need to know. But let's look at some smaller time frames for the Qs. And as you see, we're going to continue to push up higher. I think a lot of people are going to try to catch this double top that you see right here. And I just don't see that playing out. I see us pushing above this double top and continuing to go to the upside. But as for an entry, if you weren't getting in down here when you had these perfect retracements, let me just see the retracement on this. Like these perfect retracements back to the 50% and 618. I mean, now you either got to wait for a break or get in early. Get in early. And to me, this would obviously be an optimal bounce at 365. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that. But yeah, I don't really want to pay too much attention to the Qs and too much attention to anything like that. We know the market is going to continue to go up. Would I short it? Absolutely not. This thing is in an inverse head and shoulders, and it might even form another one. We've been seeing these patterns play out so many times to where it makes these inverse head and shoulders, makes the next leg up, and then makes another bigger time inverse head and shoulders. So we'll have to see. I know, look, if you don't know anything, know that the market is going to go up. We just got to find the best opportunities in the market, and that leads me to SPY, or not SPY, but we'll look at SPY real quick, and obviously it's going to continue to march up. It's going to 500, okay? And it's funny, we're getting roasted when we're saying it's going to 500, but it's going to 500. A lot of people are going to start realizing that this might even go past 500 to like 550. This could go crazy is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Right now is when you really want to start paying attention to the market, because you're still very early, okay? You're still very early, because I talk to people and they still think we're in like a bear market or recession, and they still think they shouldn't be investing right now. You'd be very surprised, okay? And I've been telling you guys to invest all year. But one opportunity that I really want to talk about is Amazon, okay? I think Amazon is ready to go. It is lagging behind a lot of the other stocks. And right now you have it sitting in this nice little bull flag. It's in this nice little bull flag. Now, obviously an optimal entry would be definitely right here at 129 if you ever get that. But this thing is ready to break out of massive consolidation that it's had since June 21st. Okay, so when this does break out, the measured move, and the reason I'm saying Amazon is because I've been seeing Amazon have strength for quite some time now. Okay, Amazon's been having a lot of strength, just like Disney. Somebody said Disney in the comments, and we will look at Disney as well. Disney is ready to go as well. Okay, but the reason I like Amazon is because I've seen this get so much strength, and I know that this thing is very undervalued, and this is one stock that didn't even run up when we had that 2021 run. You guys remember. This thing is bound to go absolutely crazy. I see this above 200 plus probably by December or January, okay? But this thing is ready to go. I really like Amazon. I think it's undervalued. I think if you got some January calls, you probably end up making some free money. Now, obviously, equity is better, but, you know. But Amazon, the measure move, as soon as it breaks out, is to 135. I do think it's more, but that's being conservative, okay? I really like Amazon. But, of course, the best entry, the most optimal entry is if you get 129. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that. I'm personally going to be patient for that if I want to swing it. Now, if you want to swing it, I would wait for 129. If you're looking for a day trade, you know, we can come in tomorrow and it's going crazy, you know. So this is just one stock that I'm looking at for day trade and swing trade if it gets to my optimal level, which is 129, you know, that's 618, 50% retracement. And then it will end up making, you know, something very, very nice right here. And that is where I'll be looking at it. But, anyways, somebody said, I don't think Amazon will break 140 in a 6 month. Yeah, he's bugging. Look, if you're looking at the comments, I'm advising you right now, do not look at the comments. These guys do not know what they're talking about. They don't, bro. And how do I know? Because we've been doing this all year, and the people come in here scaring people away from the Teslas. Man, somebody literally said Tesla was about to get to $50 back when it was $100, and I was like, nah, bro. They even said it was about to get. Remember when we had this call right here at 165? They're like, yeah, this is about to get to 100. Like, no, bro. No, it's not. You need to relax. It's not getting to 100. Amazon actually looks it looks like it's ready to go, okay? So, anyways, Amazon is a really good one. But let's see what else we can build upon this watch list. Obviously, we're talking about Airbnb as well. I like Airbnb and travel. You know, we've been killing travel. Some of you, who remembers UAL? Who remembers UAL when we were talking about it back when it was $42 and it's $55? Okay, so the only thing you have to do right now is pick a stock that is a great company. Don't get into garbage companies and buy long-term calls. Wait for a good optimal entry and buy some long-term calls because it's gonna go up. Okay. But anyways, UAL, I like Airbnb as well because you know we've been saying this was gonna get to 160. Back when it had that steep drop to 105, and it looks like it's still ready to go up. Okay, so if you look at Airbnb is a very good one that I recommend you guys pay attention to as well because this one looks like it's ready to get back to 175. Okay, and it's already breaking out of its bull flag. It's already ready to go crazy. The only thing you got to do it now is make sure you get a good entry, which would be a nice little pullback. But yeah, those are a couple that I'm looking at, and obviously if you guys are inside of the Discord. Man, oh man, oh man. Look, we got to talk about this. If you're in, you pay attention to this because I just know this is going to be the most free bread, the easiest money you can make inside of the market right now. Okay, like please listen, if you don't get in anything, like at least buy some equity or some long-term 2025 calls because we were talking about this June 25th. Okay, if you're not following the Twitter, the link is in the bio. So if you're not following the Twitter, go to the link in the bio, follow the Twitter, because we put the easiest money to make this year, June 25th. Okay, let's just see what RIOT was doing June 25th. June 25th, RIOT was $11. Okay, it was just $11. This is June 23rd. Close enough. Okay, it was just consolidating, but it was $11. Okay, the easy price target on this one right here is to $24. Okay, this is to $24. But the bigger price target that I actually have for RIOT and that I think RIOT can actually get to is to 400, 500. And some of you guys are like, what? Some of you guys are like, what? There's no way RIOT gets to 500. But I'm telling you right now, if you look at the numbers, if Bitcoin, I project to get to over 250,000, you know, a million, you know, Kathy Woods believes in it, I believe in it, but RIOT's market cap is $2 billion. It's $2 billion. It's $2 billion. So if you look at Riot, all it needs to do is get to 20 billion to be at $130. And you guys know NVIDIA literally added 120 billion in one day. So if you look at Riot, if you look at MSTR, I'm giving you guys the most free bread play of the entire year. And it's sad because some of you guys haven't been listening until now. Some of you guys haven't been listening till now. We were talking about MSTR when it was $210. I was telling you inside the Discord to buy some long-term equity. Some of you guys remember we were talking about this in February, March. Some of you guys are OGs and just remember me preaching this one. Okay? I'm going to give you guys the free bread plays first, and then we'll move on to what you guys want to look at, okay? Because I just know for a fact we're going to find another QQQ play. Remember I was telling you guys to get calls, the 330s back in December. This is the equivalent of what I'm talking about right now. If you're in the Discord, don't worry. We're already in Riot. You know, we're already up like 40, 50%. But if you're listening to this chat right now, MSTR, this thing was at 210 when I was telling you like 2 months ago. It's now 377. This thing will see $3,000 per share. It will see $3,000 per share. Somebody said MSTR calls. I don't like MSTR calls because the spreads are wacky and not a lot of people know about MSTR. So it's not like the contracts are really expensive. You know, if you got money, sure, but I would just recommend equity for MSTR. Now Riot, I'd be looking for some long-term like 2025 calls. Okay, we're in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, we got the look, man. Let me just show you guys because we already up. It don't matter. We're already making money. We're already making money. But June 30th. This was last Friday. In Riot calls, the January 2024 is the 20. They're not going for $101 anymore. Okay, they're going for like 140, 150, something like that. But this literally posted the same thing in the Discord. I'm telling you guys right now, you want to pay attention to these free bread plays. Even if you have a long-term equity account, you know, get invested into this stuff because you're early. Not a lot of people are talking about this stuff, and I'm just letting you know I don't want to come back live in December and Riot is sitting at $50, and some of you guys that were in this live stream didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of the easiest monies you can make, in my opinion. ARK is another one, and we've been talking about this one since some of these are just reoccurrences. Now they're just playing out. Now you guys can actually see it. But we were talking about Riot when, you know, it was right here. $36, $40. I could pull up the receipts inside the Discord, but I don't really want to. Just know, ARK will get to 60 plus. You need to be paying attention to this one because if you look at the January 2025s, okay? If you look at the January 2025s, the $50 ARK calls, they're going for like $700 a piece. I'm telling you right now, that is a steal. You're stealing money at that point. You're stealing money. You're stealing money if you go ahead and get that because ARK is going to be trading way above that. Come on, man. This thing was at 156. They're highly believers in crypto, and they have most of the high growth stocks of this year. Okay, they have the Teslas, and Tesla's going to continue to march towards 330. Like, Tesla's going to continue to go crazy. Roku is very undervalued right now, and if you look at Netflix, like, come on, man. It's actually funny because, like, god dang, I'm giving you guys the free bread plays, and I'm already in them. The Discord, the majority of them are in them, and we're going to be making money all year. If we're talking about from July to December, I think you should be looking at those few because they haven't cooked up. They haven't cooked up. Now, if you guys would have came back, if you guys were here in December, you know, we were talking about the Qs back at 265, 267, and now it's at 370. So there's a reason I'm not looking at the higher caps anymore, okay? Now, for day trades, obviously, we got to look at the higher caps. They give the biggest moves intraday. But in terms of the easiest money that you can make with the highest, with low risk, high reward, you got to be looking at some Riot. You got to be looking at ARK because they'll give you the 5Xs, the 4Xs inside the stock market. But anyways, let's move. Why was that food twerk? What did we, bro? I bought 30 shares at 279. Oh yeah, I think it'll get to 3K per share. If anything, like low end, like minimum, I'll say 1K. It's getting to 1K. That's minimum. Now, if we're talking about Bitcoin going crazy, and I don't know if it's gonna happen this cycle or you're gonna hold till 2030, but by 2030, man, you should see that way above 3K. It should be going crazy. Okay, just hold on to it. Be patient. Don't even look at it. Okay, just open up your app in 2024. I don't know. Or if you really are about that life, 2030. If you really about that life. But, you know, obviously all good to take some profits every once in a while. All right. Oh yeah, Mara is another one. Just make sure you guys are following the Twitter because we put these plays in here. We put these plays in here for you guys on a daily basis, and we make sure you guys are making, you know, we make sure like there's so much I want to talk about on this live stream. But now that we moved away from that, we'll look at every single stock you guys want to look at. Okay, we'll look at AMD, we'll look at MGM. This is gonna be the last point that I make, and then we'll look at what you guys want to look at because this is a team environment at the end of the day. I just want to make sure we have the easy plays out there because we've been calling this kind of stuff all year. And the next sector that I believe you should be looking at in terms of these higher cap market plays, besides, you know, crypto and ARK and RIOT and MSTR, which are just obvious in front of your face, telling you, begging you to buy, is the Dow Jones. Okay. Now, if you look at the Dow Jones, what do you see? This thing has been consolidating since the entirety of this year. Since January 2023, this thing's just been sitting here consolidating. Now, do you know what's weird about that? Some of you guys know what's weird about that? Is that the Qs and the SPY and those all were pumping. They were going stupid, going out of the world. But the Dow Jones has been sitting here consolidating, getting ready for a huge breakout to all-time highs. This breakout is going to take this to all-time highs, and then the Qs and SPY will follow, obviously. But if you look at the Dow Jones right now, you need to be paying attention to the stocks inside of the Dow Jones. And what are the stocks inside of the Dow Jones, you ask? What are the stocks inside the Dow Jones, you ask? Because this is an index. It's not a stock. You know, it's an index. If you look at what stocks are inside the Dow Jones, which was posted on the Twitter, by the way. Now, let's follow the Twitter. Let's follow the Twitter before we actually move on to that. Go to the link in the bio, follow the Twitter, because I'm about to give you guys just information that if you just pay attention to this information for the next 2-3 months and you just focus on the stocks I'm going to tell you and you buy good opportunities and then get calls, you're more likely than not going to make money, okay? More likely than not. Now, if you're just buying breakouts and you're just doing frivolous, you know, just anything, you don't know what you're doing yet. But these are like, even a novice could sit in here and do this stuff, okay? But let's make sure we're following the Twitter. The link is in the bio. Once we get to 1,880, I'll give you guys the stocks that are in the Dow Jones, okay? Go to the link in the bio. There's a little bird below making free bread, okay? There's a little bird. You just click the bird and you just follow Twitter. All right, and then we'll move on. We'll look at the stocks you guys want to look at. Somebody said I got calls for XOP, strike price, 150. I was looking at the Dow too. Yeah, the Dow's fire. NVDA, BA. Oh, he already knows. Zeke already knows. He already knows what the business is, man. But don't worry, we will all be looking at it together, and then we will be moving on to individual stocks you guys want to look at, the MGMs, you know, etc. We'll look at MGM. Shiba. Somebody even said Shiba. Okay, let's move on. We got the amount of followers I wanted. And now let's look at the stocks inside the Dow Jones. So if you look at the Dow Jones, United Health Group, and I actually have a lot to say about this as well. But then, you know, you move on to Microsoft, you move on to Goldman Sachs, you move on to Home Depot, McDonald's, Caterpillar, Visa, okay? If you look at Visa, 4% weighted percentage in the index, okay? This is how much the Dow Jones owns of that stocks, okay? So United Health takes up 9% of the index, Microsoft 6%. So if we look at Visa, let's just take, first of all, you got to pay attention to all, like, look at all these stocks and find something that you like, that you look at the chart and you're like, oh yeah, this one about to hit, because you'll get a gut feeling if you look at all these stocks. But these are the stocks that are going to go crazy in this next wave coming up, like these next 2-3 weeks, probably all of July, probably all of August, okay? But if you look at Visa, first of all, this is about to break out. It looks beautiful. Let's just get that over with. It looks beautiful. If you look at Visa, what do you see? And you know what's funny? We swung some July 7th 235 calls, and they printed money. But back then, I actually wasn't even sure of the Dow Jones. I didn't come to find out about the Dow Jones and how the Dow Jones stocks are about to go crazy until, you know, a week ago. Okay, but Visa, if you look at Visa, all of these stocks should look absolutely bullish, and you should be looking to get the dips. Look to buy the next Visa dip. Okay, that should be free bread. So what do I tell you guys? You know the market is going to go up. You just got to make sure you're buying good opportunities. Now, you know, Monday it actually gave you a really good opportunity right here, but you best believe this thing is going to continue to climb. Okay, this thing has now started a parabola type trend. And I'm going to show you guys what this is equivalent to. If you go to Coinbase, look, this is basically where Visa is right now. But Coinbase started that trend way back June 23rd, and it has just been following that exact same trend to the upside. Visa is looking like it's ready to do the exact same thing, okay? So the next price target for Visa should be around 242. All right? And this thing should continue to go to all-time highs, and, you know, probably 300. We'll probably see Visa at 300 in like December. I don't know. Another one obviously is Disney. So somebody asked about Disney, so obviously this one has to be bullish. Walmart, Chevron, Boeing. You know, so just take a look. I'm not going to look at all these individual stocks, but just take a look at the Dow Jones Index and pick a stock that you like. And I'm telling you right now, you want to be looking to get the dips on those stocks. And looking, if you're smart about it, you would get 2 month out. Okay, 3 month out. If you're smart about it. All right. So that's what you need to be paying attention to. I even think Nike is on here. Nike's on here. And Nike is going to be an amazing swing. I hope it's dumped. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on, man. This thing about to go crazy. But anyways, let's move on. What stocks individually do you guys want to look at? And then, you know, we'll get up out of here. I know it's the 4th of July. That's why I had to come on early, because I know y'all was about to be busy, man. Some of y'all grilling, you know, you guys just doing everything. Grilling. All right, so Zoom, Apple, IWM, Baba. All right, so let's look at Baba. We'll look at Alibaba because I think Alibaba is ready to go. I think China's ready to go in general. There's absolutely no way I would be shorting anything China right now, and I'd mainly be looking for the upside, at least until Alibaba starts trading below $81. Okay, below $81, then it'll probably drop down to, you know, 79, etc. But right here is where you really want to be paying attention to it, because it is giving this optimal, like this is where you have to be looking to get these entries at, these 618s right here. Now, obviously, it dipped below, came back in, and as long as it continues to trade above this right here, to me, this could produce a nice little inverse head and shoulders. But I would be mainly looking for it to stay above the $83 level. As long as it stays above $83, I think it should continue to the upside. But you mainly have to be looking at the Hang Seng if you do like Alibaba, okay? Now, I think the Hang Seng is massively bullish. I think China is massively bullish, and right now it's just going through, you know, look. When this is finally ready to break out after this year-long consolidation that's been happening since January, and you know what's funny about this is that the Dow Jones was kind of in the same thing. So I'm starting to think, you know, maybe the Hang Seng follows the Dow Jones more than the Qs and SPY, etc. Because this thing is sitting in kind of the exact same thing, to where it was trucking. October it bottomed out and went absolutely stupid. And then just all year, January 2023, it's just been chopping inside this bull flag. So when is this going to break out? You don't know. Okay, so to look at China, to look at, you know, Alibaba, to look at PDD and, you know, the stocks inside of the Hang Seng, you have to be making sure that you're buying either a lot of time, or you're just saying forget it and buying equity. Okay, because Baba, come on, this thing is about to go crazy. The measured move has always been to 160. We've talked about this for quite some time now. You need to be paying attention to Alibaba if you like China. If you like China, I think this is going to get to 160. Time frame, if I had to give a time frame, I would say by late October. If I had to give a time frame, but I really don't know. But it retested the breakout of the bull flag that you see right here. So if you're asking me, this thing is in like optimal entry. This is when you want to be checking it out. It's retesting right here. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You can even call this a nice little bull flag that you have right here. Okay. And this thing, the smaller one that you see right here, has a measure move to 100. So I think you'll see 100. Just make sure you're buying time, or you're waiting for it. waiting for above 87, 88, because that's when it'll really start going crazy, okay? But I think Alibaba's bullish, not bearish. Look, if you think this is about to go, if you think this is about to go back down to $60, you need to just delete your account, bro. You need to just delete your account. You need to delete your account, man. All right, bro. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I want to know. I'm glad you said that, because if you just join the Discord, we have everything. There's introduction to options, tells you all about call and put out. This is free, by the way, and I live do it. Trading strategies, swing trading, and fundamental analysis, technical books need to know. And we even have WOM live classes, the class schedule. Okay, the next class schedule will be released on Saturday for next week, okay? Make sure you're paying attention, man. Like this, make sure you're paying attention. But the last class schedule, we had a Fibonacci masterclass plus trading strategies, entries and exits plus TA, and then watch list building and swing trading, okay? But it's all inside the Discord. Everything, okay? But yeah, I like Alibaba. Somebody said Baba getting delisted. I wouldn't be surprised. They kind of they delisted PDD. Like you can't even trade PDD. All right, let's look at AMD. Let's see what AMD is sitting at. AMD is sitting at 115. What a bounce that AMD had. Okay, now is this the bounce that's going to take it back to all-time highs? Me personally, I don't think so. I personally don't think so, but I do think you'll see a retracement probably back to 121, 122, and that'll take you back to the golden pocket ratio to the sell side. And then me personally, I want to see this at 100. I really want to see it at 100. Now, if I miss the wave, I miss the wave. But to me, AMD usually always does this, okay? It usually always has been retesting this 21 EMA that you see right here since it's been running, okay? This would have been a retest. It retested right here. Then it had this humongous uptrend, and I think it comes back down to retest around 105, 110 before it really starts its next leg up. But you best believe AMD is bullish, okay? If you're buying like next year March calls, the 120s, it's free money, okay? It's free money if you're patient, of course. If you're patient, of course. But AMD, let's look at smaller time frames. Yeah, there's nothing that I really can sit here and like. I do know that it's sitting in this supply. That's kind of why it rejected right here. That's why you see that reject. So you have to see what it does above 117, really 118, to really get a good idea of what, if this is the final dip before the huge rip, or if this is a fake out for the bears, or a fake out for the bulls. Okay, because the fibs tell me that this one's back to 100. Okay, that's what the fibs are telling me. And even the EMA, so that's just massive confluence that I like. I like when I see that much confluence. So we'll have to see. AMD is obviously bullish, year long end. If I'm looking at, I wouldn't be looking at long-term swings for me right now unless it's like next year March. But yeah, I think it's cool. Day trading, I'd rather mess with NVIDIA, but that's just me. Day trading, I'd rather mess with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA looks amazing. Anyways, let's move on. AMD gap up Wednesday. Really? Somebody said that's a double top, my guy. If you say so. If you say so. I don't really use those noob indicators. No, I'm just kidding. If you say so, I don't really use that noob stuff. I don't really use the noob stuff, man. If you look at NVIDIA, I like NVIDIA, but for me, it has to stay above, 421. And that's where I'd be looking at it, because right there you have massive support. You have support dating back the entirety of June, right here, right here, etc. Even right here. So I would be looking to see what it does at 421. If it breaks that, it's done. It's going back down to 415, etc. But I don't know. I don't see much. Let me zoom out. Oh wait, yeah, I wouldn't short it. I forgot this is NVIDIA. There's absolutely no way There's absolutely no way I would be shorting NVIDIA. There's absolutely no way. Why? Because the people that have been shorting NVIDIA have been getting absolutely smacked and cooked and battered and bruised, and they've been getting done dirty. And I've been saying that all year. Like, this isn't a new statement. I think NVIDIA can get to 466. I think you should be looking for NVIDIA to be buying the dips on NVIDIA. And honestly, this is kind of a strong bottoming out. So I like it to 466. But NVIDIA for me is more like a day trade stock. Okay, so I'd be looking for mainly day trades for it. And I like it above 425 for some calls, or even a bounce, you know, if it ever gets a bounce back to, you know, 415 or something. But there's absolutely no way I'd be looking to short it, or even trying to time the top, or even trying to do any of that. And I've been saying this all year, like, you should, bro, don't short this, bro. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Even if it dumps like $100 right here, I'll be looking to get it, man. I'll be looking to buy some long-term calls. But anyways, I think you see NVIDIA to 466, and that's what I'll be paying attention to. I like it to the call side. I like it to the call side. Tesla. Somebody said Tesla. The reason I like looking at this, like the reason I'm picking the stocks that I'm picking right now instead of, like, somebody said MGM. Let me see. It's because I'm mainly looking for day trades for tomorrow. Like, I already kind of have the free bread swings, which I think are, you know, the RIOTs and the MSTRs, which are already going absolutely dumb. And, you know, the Maras, and, you know, the ARK and the T-Docs and the Zooms. I think those are the best swing trades, in my opinion, of course. Now, MGM, like, I don't know. So I'm mainly looking at, you know, NVIDIA, AMD, and Tesla, because I know these are going to be great swing trade or great day trades for tomorrow, right? But if we're looking at Tesla, the same thing that I said about NVIDIA is said for Tesla. Don't short it, bro. You know what? Go ahead and short it. Go ahead and short it. Short it if you want. Short it if you want. But I'm telling you right now, you will get cooked, bro. You will get cooked, okay? Now, if you guys remember, I was telling you to get Tesla equity, Tesla calls at 165. Why? Because it was in this obvious bull flag, bull diverging, etc. And now I'm telling you, this is going to get to 133, and I wouldn't be looking for any type of shorts, any type of anything, at least until it taps 300, okay? When it taps 300, really 322, because that's the measure move. That's when I'll be looking, you know, not even to short it back down to new lows, but for big money, smart money to get better entries, for it to make all-time highs after, okay? So Tesla, I think this is going to get to 333 before you see any significant pullback. And even that gap up, there's such thing as gap and goes. Know what a gap and go is, because in a bull market in 2021, I don't know if some of you guys remember. Most of you guys don't. You know, most of you guys don't. But there's such thing as a gap and go. And for these big tech stocks, we've been seeing gap and goes this entire year. I'm gonna show you a few, and then we'll get back to Tesla. You've seen this huge gap. This is a huge gap. If I go to a different time frame, probably the daily, yeah. A gap. This is a gap. It gave you a slight little baby pullback, and then it went back to all-time highs. It went back crazy. Okay? Meta. You got this big gap. Gave you a little baby pullback. Back to all-time highs. Okay? So, for these gap and go plays, you don't want to short it, bro. I know it looks like it's gonna fall. Like, this thing's overextended. The RSI. Let me pull up the RSI, man. God dang. Oh, I removed all my indicators. God dang it. Maybe I don't need them. Maybe that's God trying. All right. People lost so much money shorting NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA was not the stock to short. But if you look at Tesla, I think Tesla's gonna prove the exact same thing. And even if you guys look at Tesla back in, let me give you guys another example. If you look at Tesla back in 2021, this is the kind of market that we're in right now. This was Tesla 2021. Remember when everybody was like, I made so much money on Tesla? Same thing's about to happen right now, okay? Same thing's gonna happen right now. You're gonna get these gaps, and this is gonna gap. And mind you, this was at 279, okay? This is on a weekly time frame. 2 weeks after 279, it was at 400. Look, man. Don't short this. Don't short it, and if you don't short it, because if you're looking at look, let's say this was a good time to short it. Let's say you do get a good, like this was a decent time to short it. Look for these bounce opportunities. Those are the way better opportunities, because then you can get the 3-4 month out calls and just sit back and relax. So if you're not looking to short it, don't even look. If you're not looking to get calls, don't even look at it. Move on. In my opinion, of course. In my opinion, of course, because I've seen it. I've seen people get smacked in the neck trying to short the USA. I've got smacked in the neck trying to short the USA. I did it back. Forgot when I did it. But just don't short the USA right now, okay? So if you look at Tesla, let's go to a smaller time frame. Back to the TA. That was just, I had to show you what the gap and go was. I had to show you what it was. If you look at Tesla right now, a lot of people are thinking this is gonna double top, okay? And it's even giving you like, the smart money's like, yeah, we're gonna double top, we're gonna get them, and then they're gonna be like, I got you, and then they're gonna push it back up, okay? So I wouldn't fall for this double top. I would instead be looking for calls above 281.50. All right, 281.50. And the reason I say that, or even above this right shoulder, okay? The reason I say that, and some people are even looking at this like, oh yeah, this is a head and shoulders. Same people are saying that, right here. And it was a little head and shoulders. But guess what? If you got in right here and you didn't actually see the head forming, which a lot of people don't get into the head and shoulders, right here, because you don't know. Most people get into the head and shoulders right here. And it gave you a baby move. It liquidity swept you and then shot it way back up, okay? It faked out all the bears right here. It gave you like a little $6 move. And if you were bearish, it gave you a $6 move. But if you were bullish, you're like, I'm buying the dips, and you got a $40, $50 move and possible continuation to the upside, okay? So if you're asking me about Tesla right now, I wouldn't be looking for puts, and I would only be looking for calls if it breaks above 280.50. Why? Because that'll break above the right shoulder, and as soon as stocks break out of the right shoulder, it continues to march towards new highs, okay? So I like Tesla for calls above 280.50. I'm gonna put an alert right here, 280.50. Get some candle closes. This is a day trade at the end of the day. And also, if you're not in the Discord, we live day trade in the morning. Okay, so if you want to know what's happening with Tesla tomorrow morning, if you want to see if we get into Tesla calls in the morning, I'm literally doing this exact same thing, but live. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Tesla calls right here, and you'll hear an order fill, and I'll be like, oh shoot, Tesla going crazy, take some profits, and then we'll get out, okay? Or shoot, Tesla going the wrong way. We might have to take the little 10%, 20% loss right here, But Tesla to me is a day trade until it gives a huge pullback, and I don't think you see that until like 330. 3 above 300, okay? So mainly look for Tesla calls. I like it above 280.50. I will be live trading this one. Look, this is in my day trade list, okay? We are going to be looking at this one come Monday, etc. Okay? But yeah, I like Meta for calls. Who's short Meta? How do I find the Discord? The link is in the bio. 300 September calls for Tesla have held it 2 months now. You're a very smart man. Every single time someone comes in here and tells me, should I sell my Tesla right here? Should I sell my Tesla equity right here? Somebody asked me that back when, I think it was right here. No, yeah, it was right here. Tesla was, it was going crazy. It's at 200. It was like, should I sell it? I was like, no, bro. Not financial advice, but no, bro, I wouldn't. Meta. All right, we got two people that want to look at Meta. Let's look at Meta. Now, obviously, this looks garbage. It doesn't look garbage. Obviously, this is going to continue to go upwards. But if you're looking at this, like, it's just chopping right here. Chopping and not really giving you much, right? Not really giving you much after the huge V-shaping. This is actually hilarious. I can't lie. This is actually really funny. So if I'm looking at Meta, I don't really see anything for it. I just know as soon as it breaks, I just know I would be looking for the breakout right here. I'd either be looking for the breakout right here, or Like it's not giving me any day trading stuff until it breaks out from, 290, 289, or if it gives a nice little retest back to 271. And if it gives that retest back to 271, oh, it's time. It's time. If it ever comes back down here, oh, it is time, okay? But I doubt it does that. We're in a bull market. It usually just gives, baby pullbacks, etc. So instead, if I was looking for Meta for tomorrow, which, I like looking at Meta for tomorrow. I think Meta is a great stock to be looking at all the time. I would be looking at it to do a baby one right here. So I'd be looking at the 284, 283 bounce. Okay? This is where I'd be looking at it. For a bounce, okay? So if it gets right here, if it comes to 283, I would be looking for calls. If it breaks below 283, you would get a baby little stop loss, 10%, etc. Okay? As soon as it gets to this level, it should bounce. If it starts breaking below, it's going back to 280, okay? Day trading 101. Day trading weeklies 101, okay? Small losses are better than big losses, and you can always re-enter, okay? You can always re-enter a trade. All right? So yeah, I like the 283 bounce, or 284 bounce, sorry. Really like 283. It's never going to be absolutely perfect. It's never going to be absolutely perfect, okay? So you got to wait, make sure you're waiting for confirmation if it actually is going to bounce. And usually it happens with a wick or, maybe some volume or, maybe some divergence. You got to pay attention to those indicators. But if you're live trading with us, you'll know anyway. It'll be like, yeah, there's a lot of confluence on it. We'll be talking about it, okay? We already looked at AMD. We got people asking about Netflix. My boy Sage is in here. My boy Sage. Sage, where you been, bro? Join the Discord. Sage, where you been at, bro? Join the Discord, bro. I hope your fourth is going good, man. All right, we got a lot of people that want to look at Netflix. Oh, Zoom. My boy Cam has been asking about Zoom for a minute. We'll come back to Netflix, but I do want to look at Zoom because I'm in Zoom. I think Zoom looks absolutely amazing. And the reason why, what happened to all my indicators? I'm actually pissed. All right, so if you look at Zoom, if we had the 21-day EMA up right now, you would obviously see that it rejected right there for the 21. It rejected right there. It rejected right here. But it's sitting and teetering right here. Usually you just get a big old reject. You just get a reject. It just goes down, okay? And the reason I'm saying this is because I've said this like 3 months ago for like Unity and Shopify. I've said this for different stocks. And it's the same exact thing. It's the same thing. Okay? Like this stuff isn't new. Like the same thing happens over and over. Like we talked about it for Shopify. Some of you guys remember. We talked about it for Shopify. We talked about it for Unity. Okay? And Shopify, we were talking about it right here. We talked about it for Unity. So for Zoom, the same thing is to be said. Usually you just get a big reject. Right now, to me, this thing is gearing up for some sort of squeeze to the upside and trend shift. This thing is about to trend shift and have a bullish trend. Okay? So long as it stays above $60. Okay? If it stays above $60, forget everything that I said. I'm wrong. Okay? And, I've been wrong sometimes. I've been wrong sometimes. So don't come on here thinking I'm 100%. Okay, but I'm definitely hitting above, 75, 80. All right. But if you look at Zoom right now, as long as it stays above $60, which is the IPO price, and what's even funny, this thing was trading above $100 even before COVID. But the reason I'm saying you want to make sure it stays above this IPO price because it could just be a Patan. And the reason I'm comparing it to Patan is because these both went crazy during COVID. These were COVID stocks. Now, Zoom, I think, can innovate in different ways, and there's enough more investors in Zoom than Patan, and Patan was just getting, dookied on, But the reason I'm comparing it to Patan is because, this is the IPO price. It actually didn't bounce at the IPO price and continued to just make new lows. So, Patan is absolutely garbage. Now, will Zoom do the same thing? We'll have to see. We're in a bull market. I really like Zoom. If you look at the TA, this thing is ready to curl up and go to the upside. The only thing you got to make sure you're doing is make sure you're buying time. So, probably like the Augusts look good, or the Septembers. You just got to be patient with this one because the breakout could really happen any day and this thing squeezes, okay? So I'm not going to look at lower time frames. I just know that the trend looks like it's ready to shift. It looks like it's ready. I've seen this pattern time and time again. I saw it on Unity. You know, we saw it back here. Some of you guys made so much money on Unity, it's not even funny. And you know what's even funnier is back when I was telling you in May, I was telling you to buy the $30 September calls. So you could even be sitting on them right now if you really have those diamond hands. Now me, I sold at like 36, 37. I made a bag, but you know, I could have just kept holding and it's at 43 and the price target is obviously to 58. But you know, we all got different goals and aspirations. I got paid on Unity. Oh yeah. I think T-Doc is one that looks exactly like Unity, and the measure move is to 36. But if you're in the Discord, you already know. You know. Somebody said MSTR. Look, all you got to know about MSTR is you should buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. Okay, we know about MSTR. We were buying 210. We were buying over here. We're just dollar cost averaging in the MSTR because we know this is going to be $3,000 per share. And some of you guys think that's crazy, but I'm telling you right now. This price prediction. Look, what is the title of this live stream? The title of this live stream is SPY 500. When I was saying this, SPY was like 380, and people came in here. They're like, "Yo, what are you talking about, bro? SPY's not going to 500. It's not going to 500. Now it's at 443." All right. Somebody said Rivian and Disney October calls. I agree. Rivian is kind of already pumped up. It kind of already went crazy. But Disney, yeah, I think Disney can continue. How do you come up with a price target? Somebody said 3K? Come on, dude. You see what I mean? I literally just told you guys, somebody's going to say that. And somebody said it. Somebody said, come on, dude. Not realizing that MSTR is $4 billion. It's $4 billion market cap. It's only $4 billion. Bitcoin has a market cap of 500 billion. But the projected outcome of Bitcoin, you'll see that in the trillions, 2 trillions. Who owns a lot of Bitcoin? Michael Saylor and MSTR. All this has to do is 10x, take it to 40 billion, that's chump change. That's chump change. When you have NVDA adding 100 billions a day, come on, that's chump change for something like MSTR. A 10x would take this to 3,700. If this just went to 10 billion, it'd already be 1,000. If this just went to 10 billion, this would be like 1,000. Really like 800, 900. But let's just we don't gotta be super down to the decimal point. I don't want to pull out the calculator. Oh yeah, let's look at Netflix. Exactly. Somebody said price targets are easy. Timing is impressive. I actually like that, bro. I actually like it. I really do like it. That's why I tell you guys, you got look. That's why I always tell you guys, we know the market's going up. You just got to buy good opportunities at good pullbacks. That's all you got to do. All right. But if you look at Netflix, Netflix to me, first of all, you guys know the earnings on Netflix is going to be buy the rumor, sell the news, okay? I hope you guys know that. Why? Because even I had to make a Netflix account with their changes that they had, okay? Even I had to make a Netflix account. So I know their revenue is going to be absolutely insane. I would not short Netflix until you see a clear break below 432. Okay? That's when it'll break the trend and you'll probably see a new trend form. Right now, what you're seeing is higher highs, lower highs, higher highs, lower highs. So I predict Netflix will see 454 and I wouldn't short it. And it actually looks like it's ready to continue to the upside, especially if it breaks the previous day's high, which I would look for calls above 442. I wouldn't short it. I like it above 442. So yeah, I think Netflix is ready to continue to go to the upside. For sure. Make a new high for the year. Yeah, it looks ready. It looks ready. And the thing is, like what you guys got to realize, what usually happens after a pullback? Like, let's just look at this since May. Let's just look at it since May. Let's just look at the trend that it's had since May, okay? May 5th. What has it been doing? It literally has a little pullback, goes up about 10x more. Has a little pullback, goes up about 10x more. Barely even gave you a pullback right here, goes up about 10x more. Gave you a super good pullback right here where it went from 450 to 411. What do you think is gonna happen? Like, to me, I like going with the highest probability setups. What has been happening over the course of time, and me personally, I'm gonna follow the trend until the trend is not the trend, okay? And the trend won't be the trend until it's at 430. All right. So I like for calls. I like for calls above 442. It has these massive engulf. Bucky, go to your bed. Go to your bed. Has these massive engulfing candles, like you see right here. Like you see right here. And you know what's funny about this? It goes to the halfway mark. Look, it closes above the halfway mark of these big old engulfing candles. So if you're looking to short it, I'd at least wait for it to go below. Like, you probably can get a good short below 435. Halfway mark. Halfway mark. All right. I like calls above 442 on Netflix. Puts below 435. Oh yeah, I be losing. Bro, I be losing on here. Somebody said even this guy has losses. This part, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna come on here and sit. Man, I'm not gonna come on here and sit here and act like I hit every single play. But, you know, it's all probabilities. I'm not like I'm at least 70, 75, 80%. Receipts to show it and everything. AMD hitting 418. All right, bro. Who is this, man? I'm about to ban you, bro. Just kidding. It could hit 418. I'm not saying you're wrong, but we're not gonna look at AMD because we already looked at it. But like I said, before we look at Disney, which Disney, like, I'm so mad that Disney's doing this because I lost money on Disney. Why? Because I didn't buy time. That's like, and you know, I preach buying time, but I thought I was just gonna get a nice little swing. I thought it was just so obvious to where I didn't have to buy time and I could just get 2 weeks out. Didn't work out. But I'm laughing because Disney actually looks like it's ready to take off now. And it looks like you gotta be a fool not to be looking at Disney. But first, before we look at Disney, and I actually have a lot to say about Disney, if you missed any of the live stream, if you missed any of the stocks we talked about, like AMD, somebody keeps asking me about AMD. Somebody said, could you see UPS? You know, NVDA. If you guys missed any of these stocks, they'll all be on the YouTube. I repost the entire live stream. I put the most important parts on Twitter. Like, everything's going to be reposted so you can see what WOM's opinion on the stock is. And then, you know, we'll come back in a month and see if WOM was right. Right? You know, we just documented at the end of the day. But let's make sure we're following the Twitter. Let's get this to 1,890. The last goal was 1,880. We killed that. Now we just need 4 more. And we're at 1,000. You know, we're almost at 2,000 followers for the year. I'm proud of what we've been doing over on Twitter. And I like Twitter because, you know, we're able to put the charts. We're able to show you, look, they even got the timestamps on it. We're able to show you through this is how it will look once you follow the Twitter. If you like, we'll put in video right here, and then, you know, what we think about it. But this is what we had for UAL back May 1st. May 1st, we're like, this is going to 50 plus easy. If you guys look at UAL right now, you know, it was at 42 right here. But if you look at UAL right now, bro, the price targets just be hitting on it. Well, look, we updated it. Well, our target has been reached. Now time for a new analysis. We think it's going to get to 60 plus. We need to start a hedge fund. Because if you look at it right now, UAL target hit after target hit, it's been spot on. It's at 56. All right, so and that's not the only one. You know, we talk about it all the time. We tell you guys the easiest money to make this year was RIOT, MAR, MSTR. You know, we put it right here, etc. But make sure to follow on Twitter. Let's get to 1,890. The link is in the bio. We need 3 more, and then we can move on to Disney. And I think Disney will probably be the last one. I've been live for an hour. We already looked at RIOT. If you miss RIOT, If you missed when we talked about Riot, MSTR, and Mara, you need, after I post a YouTube video, you need to go back and watch it. Because I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the easiest money you make all year. And if you don't get into anything, you don't even have to get into anything the rest of the year if you really play what I told you guys at the beginning of the live stream right. How do I know this? Is because it were like the same thing. I made over, look, now I sold early, and I'm actually mad I sold early because I was telling myself I was going to hold. But, you know, it happens. You know, nobody's perfect. You can't time everything completely right. But this could have been a $40,000 play, and I only put in 2,000. I put in 2,000 on QQQ calls, and I was telling everybody on the live stream back when it was 263. I was like, man, the double bottom's here. I even got the receipts on Twitter, Discord. I'm not gonna pull it up, but I was telling you guys, 263. I'm buying calls. I put 2,000 in. Now I ended up selling. I'm sick. I ended up selling right here. I was like, man, I'm about to get out, bro. I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna get out and take my 15,000. I'm getting out. This thing went to $40,000, bro. I could have, man. It just kept going. Now I knew it was gonna get to new highs. You know, I knew we were gonna get to all-time highs, but I just didn't know it was gonna happen that quick. And it just happened like 2 months. I was like, bro. But luckily, I was making money somewhere else. But still, bro, like, god dang. But anyways, now that we got the followers on the Twitter, let's look at Disney. First, before we look at Disney, we got it, like I was talking about, like if you missed the beginning of the live stream, we were talking about the Dow Jones and how the Dow Jones is ready to take off. If you scroll down to 24, you see Disney. You see Disney. And Disney is almost 2% of the entire index, okay? So what has been happening to Disney all year, and most of the Dow Jones stocks, like most of the Dow Jones stocks, you know, besides the Apple, you know, and Microsoft, most of them have just been chopping and going down. You know, they haven't really been doing anything after their run up that they had in October to January. They've just been chopping. So I'm telling you guys right, I'm so excited right now because this is just, bro. I'm excited because it's clear as day. It's really clear as day, and I just know we're gonna make a lot of money. But if you look at Disney, not only is it in the Dow Jones, and those stocks are looking prime for the next run up and looking like they're gonna lead the market on the call side in these next couple weeks. If you look at Disney, this thing is obviously sitting. It's sitting in this nice W. You call this a W pattern, and it's looking like it's about to get back to 94 or even retest the top of the trend that you see right here, okay? So an easy price target, if we're just looking at, you know, just where this could go in the next week or two, obviously you'll see Disney at $94, okay? You even see it on a smaller time frame, sitting in this nice little bull flag. So I would be looking at, if Disney dips back to $89, $90, you should be looking to buy the dips, okay? Disney has now turned into a buy the dip stock right now. There's strength all around on it, okay? And the reason I'm saying that now is because even the risk to reward on Disney is there, okay? Let's say you get the October, really, I would get the December. Now we're talking about free bread plays. I would get the December 95 calls. The December 95 calls on Disney. And I think those will print you money because then all you got to do, the risk to reward is easy. You could stop, like if you don't want to lose that much money, if you got baby hands, if you got paper hands, you don't want to hold till expiration, which nothing wrong with that. All you got to do is stop out below $87. That's only $3 away from where you're seeing Disney right now. So your contract won't even be that messed up since you bought so much time and Disney actually moves very good. Okay? But I don't think it'll come down to that. I think Disney's going to break out. It's right now you see it consolidating in this nice little bull flag. This thing is going to get to $92 before you know it. And me personally, I think this is a better swing trade than a day trade because Disney, you know, it does move $1.22 per day, but I just think Disney is one that's a good equity play and good swing trade. Okay, but yeah, this is obviously bullish. There's no reason to be bearish on this. Okay, if you're bearish on Disney, bro, like come on, man. There aren't any Disney December calls. Then look at January. I didn't look at the options chain. If you got December 2025, man, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I want to switch you guys' mindset to just looking for the easy bread plays because a lot of you guys hop into day trading and since we're gonna end the stream, a lot of you guys hop on day trading with your full bag instead of sitting there building your foundation first. And by foundation, I mean looking for your long-term plays, looking for the MSTRs that we've been talking about all year. This thing's taking off after hours to 388. Meanwhile, I was telling you guys to buy at 290. And a lot of you guys were like, I'm not buying no long-term. I'm trying to sit here and be a day trader. I'm trying to sit here and day trade all day. Not realizing that if you sat here, bought this at 210, 215 when I was telling you, even like ARK, even these easy bread plays that we've been talking about all year, you now have your foundation set that you can sit there and buy dollar cost average in weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever you do. And then with the excess, with the 10%, that's where you day trade and get profits, and then you buy some more. You buy, bro. You guys crack me up. So a lot of you guys are doing that though. A lot of you guys are doing that. A lot of you guys are actually taking the information and applying it the right way. Now, there is some people in here that just want to get rich quick, and then I'm telling you, you're gonna go broke quick. You're not gonna get rich quick. You're gonna go broke quick. Because even if you let's say you do hit a crazy trade. Let's say you get a $50,000, bro. If you don't have the knowledge, you probably just gonna continue to trade. You're gonna lose it all. I've seen it happen time and time. But anyways, he said he listened to CNBC for financial advice. Nah, for real. Anybody? Hold on, I gotta scroll back. I gotta scroll back and see what bro said, man. Oh, never mind. But anyways, if you listen to CNBC, somebody said he's trading with their med school tuition. I don't. You gotta be trolling. You have to be trolling. Somebody said they listen to CNBC, CNN. I'm telling you right now, the news and media. Look, that's why WOM exists. That's why WOM exists. Like, we're transforming the news and media, because right now, if you look at any of the previous predictions, not even this year, like, okay, granted 1 year you were wrong. Granted 1 year CNBC was wrong. Okay, all right, cool. They've just been giving you the wrong information for the past 20, 30 plus years, because that's not in their business to make sure you make money. That's not their business. It's not how they get their business, okay? It's not how the Morgan Stanleys and the JPNs, like, nah, bro. No, that's not their business. Their business is to make sure you put their money with them so they can give you 1% while they take the back end 200%, because they were like, yeah, we just gonna get some Coinbase calls, you know, we're gonna get some Tesla, we're gonna get some Amazon. And you can't even blame them. Like, you're not doing the research. They're doing the research. You're not doing the research. You can't blame them if they want to give you 1%. But if you listen to WOM, we're going to put you guys in the best position possible. We're going to give you guys the most accurate information. We're going to come here every single day consistently and do what it does. Like we've been doing all year. But anyways, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. We've been live for an hour straight. I hope you guys learned some stuff. I hope you guys got some information. I hope you guys are building the foundation in your investing journey, realizing that this is a process. And yeah, let's make this money tomorrow. Enjoy your 4th of July. Don't get yourself hurt out there. We gonna have a hedge fund eventually, for sure. But you know, we just gotta get some things together. But it's gonna happen. And you guys are all gonna be witnessing it. You know, some of you guys are even gonna come on board and have, you know, full-time salaries at WOM. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace. Thank you, Twitch. Twitch has been dead, but you guys have been watching it. So appreciate you guys that tuned in to Twitch, man. Peace.